Yo, it's Kevin Trades. This is my weekly recap and outlook for DAX, the German index. So let's just get straight into it. If I go into the weekly, this is the weekly candle. As you can see, bullish candle. We opened at 24,211 and closed at 24,312. So decently bullish. Going on to daily, you can see bullish, bearish. Tuesday holding as low of the week, bullish, bearish, bullish, and Thursday holding as high of the week. But before I break this down further, first things first, go look at the news. We had a lot. We had like barely any news except for Thursday. We had a lot during London, German and French PMI, and then 130 unemployment claims, policy statement, PMI at 245. Just on Thursday in London and New York. Nevertheless, good opportunity the entire week. So let's just break this down. Coming to Monday, I had this level out and I had these draw liquidities. You can see this draw liquidity got taken on Wednesday and this level got tapped Tuesday and Friday, which is nice. So yeah, coming to Monday, we had hella bearish momentum because the way we swept here left behind this big bearish fairly up. Let me just mark this out. Inverse here. We had a nice sweep on the hourly. So like it opened around here, came back up, came up a bit, came down, swept here, came back up. You can see here in the London session open, tapped here. If I go into this hourly high, got swept, week hourly high. If I go into the 15, that's very nice sweep. And OTE kind of area from here, 0.786. Very clean, tapping the 4-hour inverse. And that just held us high the day on Monday. Yeah, you could have got this sell down. It came down to take out, is that 6? Yep, 6 a.m. low. We reversed kinda at 2:30 because probably of this OTE tap. Yep, 2:30 reversal, which is fine. Came back up, but we tapped the forward inverse again, and then tapped OTE on the way down. I think it was on the 5. Yeah, literally from this high, projected high, perfect OTE. That was around 4 o'clock, 4:30 p.m. And yeah, 8:30 just held us high the day, and we just dumped towards a few of these draws. Kind of wanted like this low to get taken because this candle is just so unbalanced. You can see like so unbalanced. You'd think that's why I wanted buys from below here because I'd expect it to at least get balanced, at least if not taken, you know. But anyways, yeah, Monday closed kind of high up. You can see we actually closed bullish, and then what ended up happening was Tuesday opened literally here, came up. We actually had a nice inverse here, nice EQ tap, perfect EQ tap, 1 a.m. And I think that held us high the day, 1 a.m. Pretty sure. Did it? I'm pretty sure it did. Literally, yep. I was trying to see if it was 1:15, but no, it was 1 a.m. And then coming to London session on Tuesday, I can already tell, yep, it was pretty similar, just an hourly bearish rally up, touch the middle, touch this, touch the order block. If I go down to 15, we had some nice fairly ups here, and then a nice inverse for 9 o'clock, 9:15. Yep, but I got this again straight down to this low. This was actually last week's low, and it got swept pretty badly. But you know, it was clean. That's a weekly sweep, so that's quite strong. You can see as soon as we swept that, that was Tuesday. Let me look at New York session. I'm pretty sure. Yep, who would have guessed? Tuesday reversal, exactly 3 p.m. Yeah, so Asia and London just expanded down. So New York reversed at exactly 3 p.m. Swept last week's low. In fact, we also swept, if I go into the 4-hour, we also swept this, which is nice, very clean. Either way, very nice reversal of the week held. How could you call this move? There wasn't really much. There was like 15-minute inverse, whatnot, but if you could have just caught it off of 1 minute inverses and EQ taps. You can see we gave a very nice reaction as soon as we swept. We have inverses here that just got respected, and these like EQ taps here are very good. Multiple EQ taps. Either way, we came up and we closed quite high. End up closing quite high on Tuesday. You can see, oh yeah, so we swept this and then we closed above the purple line on Tuesday, which was very nice. Coming into Wednesday, we were just bullish at this point. You can see where we closed, like we left behind quite a lot of stuff. It's a very nice inverse that we tapped into on Friday. Coming into Wednesday, London session. Let's remove these. We swept this high. I think it was a 4-hour week high. Yep. And then we tapped into. We left behind these big 4-hour failure ups. Tapped into this inverse. We did sell off down, of course, retracement. You probably could have caught these moves. If it was possible, you can see we had a bunch of triple highs. That's 7 a.m. 8 a.m. Actually, prior 8 a.m. swept them, and then just dumped, tapped forward inverse, came back up again. 10 a.m. tried to come up, tapped a very clean OTE. It was nice on like the 3-minute. Yeah. And then reverse down. This was also very nice. This low gain taken. Coming into New York session, we had this low, inducement, bunch of manipulation, and then that just held 3 p.m. again, filling in the forward inverse completely, and then it just reversed. Mate. Also a really nice EQ tap, very nice EQ tap. I really like this EQ tap. Very clean. And then yeah, we went to the first round liquidity. It literally just pumped. This was like 4 p.m. candle up, straight to the draw liquidity. Closing up around up here, and now coming to Thursday after we took this draw liquidity, we actually tapped OTE on the daily now from this high to this low. I want to show you exactly. Thursday opened, swept previous day's high, came up, came up, gave a reaction like this at 3 a.m. OTE, daily OTE, and reversed, left a failure behind, left an inverse. These failure ups got respected. You can see 8 a.m. open, tapped into it. We had also like double break structures, triple break structures on the way down. So at this point, you would target this huge move up, very steep move up. Like the last couple of weeks, where the end of the week kind of traces down. You can see London session taps in. We have a very nice 15-minute inverse right here. What's that? 9:30 again. Very good. If I go on to the 5, this just looks like a beautiful OT tap. Yep. Either way, we just dumped straight back down, rebalanced this entire thing within a few hours. Came down 11 a.m. making a fake low. New York session opening. I'm guessing, prior to that we take it, and then I'm guessing we just go sideways because Asia went down and London went down, so New York session kind of reversal. You can see here 3 p.m. 3:25, kind of reversed. Not really the best reversal. If I go into the 4-hour, it's probably just like inducing people here. Either way, we closed around here, and then Friday opened, and then went down for this low, of course. You can see as soon as we open, spun it up, went for these highs, very clean, tapped into this 1 hour bearish rally up, high here, started reversing around 7 a.m. and now came into London session. We came down, edged these lows, came back up. You can see 9 a.m. reswept. Wednesday's low. So if I go into daily, I mark out Wednesday's low. It was actually a really good sweep here. London edged it, like 8 a.m. edged it, and then 9 a.m. swept and just held as low the day on Friday. Came back up. You could have seen, I think, on the 5-minute. Yeah, like this gap got filled instantly as soon as that got taken. Wednesday's low, you can see that straight reversal. Came back down. Retracement, Fibonacci 0.885. New York session, liquidity, very nice inverse. If I go into the hourly, I'm pretty sure, yep, nope, 15-minute. This 15-minute inverse was very nice at 3 p.m. And yeah, this OTE held and came back up for this high, like double highs in the hourly and whatnot. Yep. And then we closed. But yeah, that was it for the recap. As for next week, I'm just going to remove all drawings to make life easier. As for next week, what am I looking for? I'm looking for buys still. I really like how we rebalance everything. I really like the weekly sweep. We have to see. We're in the middle once again. We always start off with the week in the middle. I want this high to get taken still. I know this sweep was really strong, but then we came down, accept this, give a reaction. We will retrace lower. Where do I want buys from? Probably around this forward inverse. Yeah, probably lower, to be fair. 176. Let me go into the hourly. Let's just see exactly. 170. Just call it 162. Like, I expect this move up to get rebalanced. Maybe not entirely. If I just go into like the daily candle, you can see as well. Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, no, that's perfect. Something like that, yeah. Because I expect this to get tapped. Maybe this inverse as well could even just hold, but I reckon we tap this one and then we move from there. But I really like the sweeps. But we could again just tap higher into, like, let's just say, fill this up, come up here, tap this, reverse down, probably something like that will probably end up what's happening. But I do want all-time highs getting taken still. It's been a while. And just like 24,700. But yeah, no, that's it. Keep it clear and simple. That's the DAX recap. See you next week. I want buys from below here, and these are my drawn liquidities.